Hey Spuddies, PotatoMcWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Australia. Now where we left off, we were having a little bit of trouble with a Dark Age and this war. It's just we can't quite get enough units in here at the same time to get everything going. It's just a little bit of awkwardness. We're taking hits that we shouldn't be taking and all that sort of thing. Let's grab a granary, the more pressure we can maybe get over here. I need to figure out how to get more pressure over here. I've got to figure that out. And a change of government would be good. In that respect. So I think I'm going to put in extra loyalty here. And governors, that's going to net me an extra 4 loyalty over there. That'll get me... That'll buy me a little bit of time, I think. In the meantime, need to be careful about all these units. Thankfully, my AI helper city's doing a good job. Let's make sure we grab some chops in here. You head down this way as well. Alrighty, promotion available. We'll be able to get a double shot here and clean this city out. Let's get this kill. You move that way. It's a quadrireme. Shoot here. There we go. Come forward, hit the city. Hit the city. I want a fresh caravel to take this city if I can get it. So let's assign you here. That'll buy me some more turns. How many more turns? Not a huge amount. If I could maybe take Sadenga in that time as well. I could just give these cities back and extract an excruciating war. War cost from them. Looks like they don't want it. If I get this monument, that might help with loyalty. You're going to have to wait here until that caravel is healed up. Shouldn't take too long. Put a mine there. That'll give the city some extra production. Swap this tile. Do some chopping in here. Whoop. There we go. And Theater Square kind of appeals to me a little bit here. As far as my victory condition, if we look at the appeal here is 1. But we only need to get to an appeal of 2 to be charming, so if I chopped this forest, it would go up. Maybe I'll chop out a frigate. Maybe I'll get a trader, and we'll kind of buy ourselves some time to get that chop off. What is your ability? I forget. It doesn't tell you if you right-click on the particular guy. Alright, yeah, I forgot about that. Next turn. Unit needs orders. I could settle near this guy to put pressure on him. Okay, you're improving this. Making these incredibly good coastal tiles. Probably going to be a district going over there at some point. Let's go to the next turn.
The purpose of education.
Grants 4 loyalty per turn in the city that you own. Happiness level is really crushing me right now. Nice, you finished your holy site. Get to work on the shrine and the temple. Mainly for the culture, to keep our culture strong. Let's grab the monument and then get to work on the holy site. Okay, you're fully healed-ish, so I'll get you moving. Go there. There's Petra City in there, and pyramids as well. Could be interesting to take those. I don't have long before the city revolts. Unimproved fish tile over here. Let's go get it. See if you can't get to that jungle tile to chomp it. Couple mines over here. Doesn't seem too bad. Although, would I be better off holding off for the pasture? Because I think these can be built on... They cannot be built on plains hills. They can be built on desert hills. Okay. There is my window screeching at me, terrifyingly. I don't know if you can hear that, but I can definitely hear it myself. Go here and wait a turn. Come up, we want to spread our religion. Next, I want to get my religion in both of these cities. Okay, she'd offer me 200 gold for peace.
You can't go around arresting them.
So now we can build outback stations. Let's get all of our units in play. You're going to do the most damage to this city. Should be able to take it next turn, which will help with the loyalty pressure over here, hopefully. It'll take away at least some of the loyalty pressure. Link these up. And let's see, settler map mode. There's some really good coastal cities over here. I think I might have set it to abundant resources, because this is a lot of resources. Monument. If we're going to go for a scientific victory, we're going to want Pingala and Reina promoted. So let's appoint Reina and put Reina in my capital. The Outback Station. Very nice. Lots of era score. That's going to help me recover. What dedication did I go for? Yeah, I was going to convert some cities if I could. It gives me something to use my faith for. Go there. Harvest. That'll get me to pop 10. Sit there. Sit there. We'll get this second copy of Wales up in a moment. You come here, spread your religion, and then spread it to here. Victor is established. That's buying me time. You're going to promote bombardment. Shoot. Shoot. Attack. Let's grab a great person. I'm thinking Reina is actually fine to move over there. That should have reduced the pressure. It didn't reduce it by much. Being in a Dark Age, trying to hold on to these conquests is going to be quite difficult. Quite difficult indeed. It was a poorly timed Dark Age, I gotta say. A normal age, I would have been fine with a normal age, I think. It's just the sheer amount of pressure from so many different angles. Yeah, like in here I would have been fine, like this is only -8. I would have had an extra 8 or 4 or so pressure. I would have had another bit in here. This city, Lisbon, is fine now. Is she in a golden age? That's like... No, she's only in a normal age. Going to war in a dark age was maybe a mistake. Well, I was in a golden age. I didn't think I was going into a dark age. I thought I had enough points, but I guess I wasn't paying attention to that enough. Let's get our culture up. Any important great scientists coming up? I think we're going to skip this one because it looks like a really strong great scientist is probably coming up next. So if I chop here, get started on that theater square, and then I can chop there in a couple turns. Definitely want to go over here and grab these olives. The question of where to settle though is a tough one to answer. Maybe on the olive seems reasonable. Yeah, I think on the olive seems reasonable. Keep trading with Sydney. Let's move this one over to Rockhampton. I was hoping to put outback stations here, but that's just not possible. Mines are just as good for production. This is going to flip in a few turns. There's not really many more cities I can take. Here's what I can do. Let's get peace. Let's keep Lisbon. Let's see, what kind of peace would you give me? You'd give me a whole bunch of cash, right? You'd give me nearly all your gold. What if I returned these cities? But you'll cede Lisbon to me. See, naval... See, this is a big problem with naval maps. Is sometimes it can be hard to get a conquest off if you're not on the same island as someone. Because where the naval attack units are so far away from in the tree where the land units are that it's really awkward to get a sort of, I don't know, a timing attack where you have two units for both terrains in a strong power. So I think I might just try to get it to cede Lisbon here. Take a bunch of cash. But yeah, we got Lisbon out of that. We got a bunch of experience on our boats. I'd probably be better off maybe going for Brazil here and seeing if I can take out their cities. I guess that was kind of a bit of an ineffectual war, but we did learn. I feel like I learned a lot about naval war in Rise and Fall here. So previously, because loyalty is a problem, it means any sort of like loyalty is a big problem for naval war, and I guess that's why a lot of these great generals give you loyalty per turn, or these great admirals give you some sort of loyalty return, right? So here's what went wrong. First of all, we're in a dark age, which makes things crazy difficult anyway. So that was kind of like the first thing that went wrong there. The actual timing attack was totally fine. I also slightly misplayed up here. I wasted some time up here, which was a reasonably big mistake. I didn't notice that there was an encampment here, and there was also a lot of crossbowmen, so I lost 2 units, which was pretty painful. Not the end of the world, however. The other thing that happened is that just due to the mechanics of Rise and Fall, naval invasions are really difficult. It's not any harder to actually do the naval invasion. Like actually conquering and capturing the cities is easy. It's the holding on to those cities after the conquest that's much more difficult now. I even have almost like half my government cards dedicated to loyalty. And I have governors established and all that sort of stuff. And I was still, I'm just barely holding on to this city, So that's the thing. This city wants to focus on growth. I mean, this city's going to be fine. We got a little bit of value. We got a lot of gold out of that at least, which is maybe something we can use. So kind of have to change the idea of what a war is in Rise and Fall. Now that should have like reduced my warmonger penalty with people. So he's 29. So if I go to next turn, that should have refunded some of my warmonger penalties. Got a lot of these really nice tiles. Refuse demand. So let's check what the warmonger penalty is with Spain next turn. It should go down a significant amount because I returned those cities. No, it actually went up. Interesting. Okay. All right. I mean, I only took 1 city. But that makes sense. The problem is, in order for me to like do an effective war, I need to like be at war with all of these people. And the other problem is actually pulling off a successful naval invasion. Pulling off a successful naval timing push basically means that you can't have a successful follow-up. In particular, because we didn't hit iron or Niter, so how am I supposed to get musketeers? So it's just like, all right, back to SimCity then. I don't have the follow-up that I needed to pull this off. Don't pillage that. Get an archer. Put a mine there. Go there. There. And now I have a bunch of naval units that I can't really do anything with. I mean, I guess I could invade Brazil, take these 2 cities. Wouldn't be a terrible move, I guess. I'm already denounced with him. And I'm already a warmonger, so I may as well just try to use my army for something. This is also really annoying. This sort of shit. My caravel is just stuck here. Caravels should never get pushed into lakes, in my opinion. That's really dumb. Trade with the capital, I guess. Well, I guess Stockholm wouldn't be bad. Trade with Palanque. Is the great Atuin. Should be a decent amount of pressure for my religion over here now. It's okay. Next turn. I've got a lot of cash, which is really, really nice. My troops are merely passing by. Okay, there's shipyards. Those are important. Thankfully, I have a lot of money, so I'll be able to purchase them. We are not going to switch to monarchy yet. What's my follow-up here? I want to get the chemistry pretty quick. So I'm going to kind of head down here. Maybe I could get the Patala Palace. How are we doing on science, by the way? So we are currently one of the top science per turn civs in the game. We're not top research, but we're getting there. I'm going to skip this guy because I don't want him. I don't think he's very good. How are we doing on city-states? We have Stockholm under our belt. Might be worth it to start putting points into Hattusa. They want me to train a horseman. I can actually do that. Let's see, where is not a busy city? Oh, I need an encampment. Does anyone have a spare copy of Horseman? Nobody has a spare copy? He pillaged that, goddammit. That's annoying. Let's go ahead and purchase the shipyard next turn in my capital. Having shipyards now means we do want to pick up naval tradition, so we can put in that card. Ancient walls, at the very least, is worth picking up. This is another one of the problems with naval maps, is that you kind of need like a standing army, just because caravel harassment and just naval harassment in general is just so common on a naval map. The barbarians are just, in particular, extra annoying. And boats are really expensive production-wise. And then they go out of, like, look at that, 38 turns, good god. It's a bit mental, alright. There's so many things I want to get in here. I want builders, I want all this other stuff. I think I'm going to be working on in these sorts of things. I think a better holy site here. Lots of faith. I can use that to purchase great people. I can use it for many, many, many different things. A +3 campus over here. But the temple provides an immediate benefit. I think anything over 20 turns on a shipyard, depending on how much production I can get in my cities. Should be a little bit of theater. Should be 2 from the theater square now, yep. And then this is a +5 shipyard in 11 turns. That's reasonable. Anything around, say, somewhere between 10 and 15 turns is a reasonable amount of time to spend building one of those. Okay. We just finished the campus. Let's grab the library for a little bit more science. Let's send you up here to deal with that barbarian encampment. I can't even clink. I can't even. And this is another problem with naval units. They can't even pillage the barbarian encampment. See, it's like you need a land unit to go with them, which is kind of dumb. But you know, it's one of the game mechanics. Actually, I've changed my mind. Weren't we going to go to war with Brazil? I think we were. And I think we will. It's basically a free kill. We'll take probably Belém and then Manaus. Belém gets slightly less pressure from this side of the continent. And then maybe we'll be able to purchase, I don't know, some kind of unit to help me kill whatever city's in here or something. I'll think about it. And then once we take these 2 cities, maybe we'll liberate Rio or something. We'll think about it. Yeah, nice. You're just stuck there forever. We'll spread to Rockhampton again. Yeah, my favorite. Getting pillaged. Let's make sure we're on the right tiles. Now, I want to look at the Outback Station, because I want to remember, it is strictly just better than farms, right, on Flatland. It's just the best Flatland tile improvement. Yeah, it's just better than Flatland. It's better than tiles. Turns these into great tiles. Go there. You come back down this way. Strictly just a good tile. So where do I have an expensive harbour? Where do I have crop production? I'd have to purchase both in here. You don't even have a harbour. Maybe I'll get it in my cap. That's only 9 turns in my capital. Also, I need to throw down another district. +5 theatre square. It's good culture gain. Probably won't be building like the amphitheatre and stuff. Maybe we'll look into it. We'll consider it. Actually, maybe a few great works of writing wouldn't be bad. Is Babylon in the game? No, it doesn't look like it. Babylon is great for turning culture into science. But yeah, I think I'm going to call that the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the series so far. I think we're off to... I mean, we managed to pick up 1 city, which isn't terrible, you know? It's not the worst thing. We've got a little bit of work to do to maybe see if we can pull off a little bit more conquest. It was a very good learning experience. I think a few things went wrong, but, you know, overall, I think we're in a really good position. We're by no means dominant in terms of science, but we're slowly getting there. We're slowly getting into a dominant position. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching. This has been a bit of a different way of playing. Usually I would go more theatre square heavy on a sort of... Usually I would go more theatre square heavy on a science run, but I've kind of gone more faith heavy, which has been interesting. Very, very interesting. It's a different way to play, and I hope it has been entertaining. But other than that, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough. Please remember to subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. Remember to leave a like if you want to directly support my channel, and remember to leave a comment if you want to give me your feedback. Other than that, though, I want to say I love you all very much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!